Hey guys, what is going on, man? So in today's video, I really wanted to talk to you guys in terms of what I've actually been thinking about, since it's kind of close to the 10-year mark and since, of learning, of breeding dogs for the past 10 years of actually what I've learned. I wanted to break it down to you guys and just boil it down in terms of what I've learned. If you guys didn't know me or know me in my channel, I'm actually, my name is Matt. I'm 24 years old. I've been breeding since 2016. And that's close to 2025. My birthday is on Christmas Eve, so kind of close to 10 years, but it's we're getting to the 9-year mark. I've been having litters, like back to back during, the first couple years of my breeding and taking L's like crazy, or, not getting that mentorship that I feel like a lot of people should get, and that's what I've actually getting right now in terms of me getting into the real estate game. Speaking about that, man, I did some cold calling, guys. Not good, man, not good. Rejections or objections and all that, man, it's not good, man. I'm trying my best to try to not be so salesy and to try to push that, hey, I'm just here to help you out. And man, guys, I was just so heartbroken today. But that's just the learning process of learning something new, new business. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about in today's video, right? In the last 10 years, close to 10 years of what I've actually learned. And number one, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about was actually in terms of temperament, right? And why is temperament such a important factor in terms of breeding a dog, right? Well, if you guys didn't know, I mean, I've been watching, videos here and there in terms of like dogs or attacking children or killing, people, right? And a lot of people are always saying, oh, it's the owner's fault, it's the way they treated the dog. And I wanted to kind of disagree, but I'm not disagreeing fully 100%. Okay, I wanted to explain from the side of a breeder's perspective and kind of give light in terms of what a breeder actually thinks a good breeder, okay, versus a bad breeder, right? So I wanted to talk about this because in terms of breeding, well, breeders should try for actually, breeding for good temperament, right? Why does this matter? Well, for example, I showed you guys, way back when in 2015 or, at the end of 2015 when I was getting these dogs, I tell you guys, whenever it comes with temperament, I had one dog named Toxic. Toxic. He's so old now. He's like 9, bro. Yeah, I think he's about to turn 9 or something like that. His birthday's near mine too, and he loves balls, right? But then I also had another dog that my dad got as well, named Tank, right? Tank was more linky and taller and more slender as a French bulldog, and he was so naughty, right? And he had offsprings too, but to tell the difference, right? Tank's offsprings were more naughty, just like the dad, just like him. But Toxic, he's more loyal. He chills. You guys can see he's chill, right? Toxic, are you chilling? High five. He's a smart dog too, right? See, you want a high five. Such a smart dog, right? He loves to play with balls too. Look, if I can show my height in the ball, he's gonna bark at me, right? Toxic. You want to see? Bark. Hey. Yeah, he gets sussed out, right? What boy? But there's just an example, right? A little quick example. I've always talked about this all the time in terms of people always arguing, oh, it's all about the owner's fault. But then again, what I'm trying to say is it's 50-50, okay? There's no black or white. It depends, again, right? Even if the dog has good temperament, but if you treat it like crap, the dog's going to treat you like crap as well. And I don't blame owners like that. I hate owners that do that, or even people who treat dogs like that, okay? So yeah, I completely understand. And this is the point that I'm trying to get across in terms of, number one is when, buying from a breeder, if you like a dog that's more chillax and mellow, well, I love my dogs like that. But in terms of a dog that's just, he's hyper or she's hyper like all the time, running around, well, the offspring is going to be the same exact way as well. And that's what I'm trying to get. So whenever you guys are trying to get into, breeding or buying a dog, not even about breeding, but just trying to get a dog that's perfect for you, well, ask the owner, how is the temperament? And don't just ask generic things like, oh, the temperament's good, he doesn't bite. No, you can get specific in detail, explicit, and say, well, is he more hyper, or does he chill, or is he more mellow after like 5 minutes of playing with you? Is he clingy? You know, the reason why my dogs are very chilled, because these dogs are very clingy, right? And I love my dogs, or they're more clingy, and but not in a way where they have, you know, anxiety. No, like they can do their own thing as well, right? And I've kind of taught that into play. Just like my puppies, you know, here and there I will have a puppy that will have food aggression, right? If the bloodline is known to have food aggression, the puppies will have food aggression, right? But here and there I will get a puppy that is food aggression. Then again, it's not always about bloodline, but then it depends on how just the individual dog or person, how they are, right? If my, you know, both sides of my family are known to be addicts, or addicted, known to be more addictive to substances or drugs, that's why I stayed away from it, right? I've had some people always say, hey, you can try this, but I say no, both sides are known to be addictive. I might be addictive too. So that's why I said no, right? So I want you guys to understand from that perspective, you know, even if you're not breeding dogs, right? Even if you're, you know, getting a dog or from a shelter, that's kind of, you know, it kind of depends, okay? Because we don't know how that dog was really raised up, so you can't really tell. It's hard to tell how that dog really is temperament-wise in terms of breeding that dog. But the dog is known to have, you know, temperament issues. I believe you shouldn't breed it at all, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Number two, guys, is in terms of for the breeding aspect, or puppy whelping, is coaching and mentoring, right? And I'm not saying for you guys to go to me. No. I could care less, because the questions that you guys ask me is freaking hilarious. But you know, that was the mistake that I've actually learned in terms of puppy whelping, was taking these L's, bro. I'll tell you guys see me, man. And some of my videos, like one of my videos, I cried, man, for real, because I was just going through it, right? And you know, I was just emotional, you know, and it was heartbreaking. You know, I was losing money, losing puppies, first time. And I've been in y'all's shoes, man, for real. But now I'm kind of numb to it. I'm kind of like used to it. But you know, I still get sad over it. But I don't get, you know, very upset about it. Like, it is what it is. You know, because sometimes you guys, you have to understand with puppies. Talking about puppy whelping, things are gonna happen because things are just gonna happen. It is what it is. It just happens. You can try your best and have the best breeders, best vets to help you out. No matter what, the puppy will pass, right? There are just some things that you can't help. It's inevitable. You just cannot help it, right? Reminds me of Avengers Thanos. I'm inevitable, right? So for that reason, guys, you know, get mentoring in terms of coaching for puppy whelping if you are wanting to get to it. Like if you want to talk about French Bulldogs, heck yeah, I'll talk about French Bulldogs. But if you guys are trying to get to mastiffs or training dogs or guard dogs, it's best to talk to a breeder who specializes in terms of that. But a breeder, or we're talking about puppies, heck yeah, I love talking about that, like plasma, you know, IV fluids, how to tube feed, love all that, good thing, right? And then speaking about that, guys, is just being prepared. You know, number two, just being prepared. You don't want to try to get all these supplies while you're dealing it in the moment, right? Get all these supplies first, or even before, have coaching beforehand, and then have coaching during your puppy, your whelping, you know, time. You should be good, right? Just to make sure you're doing everything fine. Usually when I'm FaceTiming you guys are like, yo, man, am I doing everything all right? And I can see y'all's temperature is like, dude, your temperature is like so far, bro. Like, move it, dude. Or your temperature seems a little too close. Move it up, right? Move it up, because every setup is always different. Every heat lamp is always different. So be prepared, and as always, right? And then, guys, number three, you know, I can say in terms of, you know, with getting all these things is, you know, loving the process, right? Loving the process, because again, a lot of people always say, you know, am I getting out of the dog game? No. You know, in terms of the dog breeding aspect, I will always still do, you know, breeding dogs, because the thing is, if you guys didn't know, I got into dogs randomly, right? My dad bought females, and we just started to get into breeding, and then I've taken males and stuff like that. Again, I've always loved these dogs, right? Dogs will always be a part of my life because I've been raising dogs or just having dogs in my life because my dad, ever since I was a little kid, right? I've always had dogs, okay? Because a lot of the people who got into these dogs for the money, I'll tell you guys, they get out of it within the next 2 years. I'll tell you guys, um, it's sad. I tell you guys, it's sad whenever people just put breedings together, and that's my third reason. Have a vision and love the process. Right? Have a vision, have a goal in mind in terms of a dog that you want. And I know it's going to be hazy and fuzzy. You're going to think that you know what kind of dog you want in the beginning, but trust me, when you get a dog in the beginning, you're really not going to know. Even if you've been researching a lot, you're really not going to know until you have your first dog, right? And yeah, that's what I've learned, right? So have a vision, and even though it may be fuzzy right now, have a goal in mind, and just don't put things together and try to sell a litter, man. Come on, bro. Like, that's why the market is so crazy right now, right? A lot of you guys been asking me, is the market bad? I ain't gonna lie, it is pretty bad, okay? But I mean, I guess why we can see it. You can see having all these things with the fluffies and merles and colors and all over the place, man, for real. And they just decided to accept it because you know why. I don't have to explain it, right? But then again, guys, love the process, man. It's a scary feeling, man, in terms of getting your first litter. I know that. I don't know the feeling of having a baby, but I can kind of say it's probably like 10 times worse than having your first litter, I can say, because I don't have kids, okay? I do want to have kids in the future, but I can probably say it's probably the same aspect, okay? But yeah, guys, that's all I can say, right? So number one, guys, breed for temperament, guys. Temperament always matters. The way the dog is, it kind of depends. It's 50-50. It's the way how people treat the dog, but then also it's the way the dog is bred. You don't have to deal with that temperament issue if it's not even there in the first place. Correct? Got me? And number two, okay, is getting prepared and having things in the first place, and get some mentoring and coaching. Doesn't have to be me, okay? Doesn't have to be me. I could care less. You guys can get it from somebody else, or for training dogs, go to somebody else. Okay. And then for number three, I forgot. For number three, I just put it right here. I forgot what I was saying, but for number three, guys, just love the process. Okay, love the process, and have a goal in mind in terms of breeding these dogs, right? In the beginning, I didn't really have a vision in mind of having a breeding, because I really didn't know. I was just learning how to do everything. Feeding puppies, tube feeding. Holy crap, tube feeding was scary. I had nobody to teach me that, so I actually learned that by myself on YouTube. And those videos are so vague. I'll actually put my tube feeding videos in the link in the description below, so that way you guys can learn. I made a couple of them videos. They should be good enough, but if you guys still need help, hey, feel free to call me. I do one-on-one coaching about that. And yeah, I love y'all. Hey guys, what's up? Peace.